Tuesday, Governor Mike Dewine signed House Bill 47 into law, requiring all schools in the state to have an AED.
Before, it was a recommendation that schools and other sports facilities should have these. Now it will be a requirement.
This is something near and dear to our heart.
A law that hits home for Stephanie Cornett. Her son Alec died from sudden cardiac arrest 7 years ago at the age of 17.
Like Alec went to all his well visits. He did all his sports physicals, and he was fine.
The Brush High School student athlete's memory lives on through the For Alec Foundation, which raises awareness about heart health and first aid training.
As a parent, I think you should know how to do CPR and use an AED because God forbid something happens.
The law also requires AEDs at municipally owned and operated sports and recreation venues.
I think it's a great thing that it's required for them to be where youth plays sports.
Now, before this law, public schools in Ohio were not required to have AEDs. However, Ohio law did require that public high schools provide instruction on how to use them as part of a graduation requirement.
And what I learned about sudden cardiac arrest is that it didn't have to be a death sentence.
The legislation is a win for Nicole Ward, Browns cornerback Denzel Ward's mother. Denzel lost his father, Paul Ward, to a sudden cardiac arrest.
At the time that no one, even though he was in a gym facility and that he was in a class full, in the spin class, that no one effectively performed CPR and no one used an AED.
Sudden cardiac arrest can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter if they're 6 years old or 100 years old.
It's impossible, I think, to really overstate the importance of AEDs. They're easy to use during a sudden cardiac emergency, but they can only be used if they're there.
In Cleveland, Melissa Reed, Fox 8 News.